Yo, what up, man? It's your boy Henny Iverson, 1-4 for the Hood Stories podcast. Here with Derrick, Butter, up and coming boxer, gymnast, actor, rapper. Nigga got everything. Hands of God, plus that's family. But you know, got them questions, 10 questions, and 4 questions for the ladies. You know, what's up, man?
Good, man. You already know, man. Family, man. Family, long time coming, baby. You know?
So, let the people know about you, man, before we get to the questions.
You already know, man. You know, just like you said, man, you know, Derrick Mcmurren from Brooklyn, New York. You know, I'm a boxer. Going pro next year. You know, I'm a future actor as well. You know, I play with the music. You know, I do a little bit of that too. You know?
Okay. So, what part of Brooklyn you from? You know, like a little snippet of your life and what made you want to.
You know, I grew up in Bed-Stuy, you know, Kingsborough projects. You know, and I also grew up in Plaza Project, that's Brownsville. You know, like when you asked me why I want to become a boxer.
Yeah, like what made you get into boxing?
Well, I always had the talent for it, you know. Excuse me, y'all smile a lot.
Yeah,
but
you
no,
smiling, man.
I always had the talent for it, you know. My mom, growing up, you know, my grandfather, God bless his soul, my grandpa Matt, you know, he taught me karate. You know, so like I always had the fighting blood in me, but
yeah.
I went the basketball route. So being that basketball didn't work out, not because I was trash, I couldn't play, but you know, basketball dealt with a lot of politics. So being that didn't work, I'm not discrediting anybody out there that work a 9-to-5 job, but me personally, I can't work a 9-to-5 job for the rest of my life. So
yeah, not made for everyone.
You feel me? So I had to take like 2 years off to to rethink what I'm gonna do with my life. You know, one day I woke up, I said, hold on, wait, I have a second talent. You know, I'm a box. So that's when we decided to box.
Okay. What made you, you know, coming from Brooklyn, you know, it's always hip hop, boxing and stuff like Mike Tyson, you know, Big EJ, a lot of greats, you know, looking at upcoming great. What made you get into hip hop and like what made you explore different avenues besides boxing, and who gave you the name, which is a powerful name by the way, Hands of God? If y'all don't know what Hands of God is, I seen too many niggas say Hands of God and I ain't seen nothing.
Yeah.
That don't mean fighting all the time. That means just, you know, whatever you put your hands on, it's God's gift. You know, you take it from something to make, take it from nothing to make something, to make it grow.
That's a fact.
So we come up with the name Hands of God.
Wow. All right. I came up. Well, I didn't. You know what's so crazy? I didn't come up with the name Hands of God. This was actually like a few years back. Like God bless my grandpa PA. We went to his memorial. I believe it was Staten Island or Long Island. Mm-hmm. It was either or, right? So you know, family out there, you know, having a cookout. So we playing basketball. So it was this coach out there. You know, he was out there training his high school basketball players, and they was highly recruited. So you know, me and my cousins and us, we went out there to go play. You know, we want to play against them. So he was like this. Well, you know what? My kids need people to train against.
Yeah.
So we started playing. So the coach didn't realize that I was that nice. I was that good. So his best play was on me. His best play was on my cousin. And he started working my cousin. So I switched, and then I started locking him up and destroying him on the offensive end. So as I'm destroying him, the coach was like this, yo, where you from? I said, I'm from Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy. At that time, I was in Boys and Girls High School. He's like, wow. He's like, I would love for you to come play with me. I gave him my name. I'm like this, I think about it. So we played again, and I was just killing him. And so then my Uncle Born never really seen me play basketball. So at that time, I'm like, hold on, this is the moment to show my Uncle Born that I'm actually nice. And on top of that, my whole family, like my Aunt Trina, my Aunt Tina, my father, they started walking down the hill to come see us play basketball. So I just showed off. So everything I touched on the court was going off. And the coach from Staten Island on Long Island, he named me in the hands of God. So that's how I came up with it.
That's dope. I fucks with that.
That's a fact, bro.
What was your upbringing like in Brooklyn? You know, everybody be like, oh, from Brooklyn, but then you got different parts of Brooklyn, like any part of the world. But if you from Brooklyn, you can make it anywhere. So what was your upbringing in Brooklyn?
My upbringing in Brooklyn was just not like just not wanting to struggle. Like everybody had that sob story. Like I came from the gutter and all of that. I ain't come up too hard. Like besides, don't get me wrong. Of course, mom duped. She was struggling. In and out. Whatever the case may be. I ain't come up too hard because on my father's side they had money. So I ain't gonna sit here and say I was not the case. But I was just my struggling, it was just once I reached a certain age, not being able to get the things I wanted, cause like I love to dress in the fancy clothes, and I wanted all of that. So like my moms didn't have it, and my father didn't want to give it, and I was already older, so I tried to go out and do things to make my own money so I could be able to maintain the way I dress and to maintain I want to live. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to be great. I just want to be great. I love my city. I love where I'm from. So that's why I always said, like, whenever I make it big, I'm gonna move in the city. I ain't going nowhere. But I love I'm from. It's good memories and it's bad memories.
Yeah.
That's how it's gonna be wherever.
Everybody want to know, especially the ladies. They want to know you single, and if you looking or what's up, how can they get in contact with you?
Yes, I'm single, and yes, I'm looking, and I'm also a father of two, a girl and a boy. My son is going to be 2 in October. My daughter going to be 4 in October. But yes, I'm single, and yes, I'm looking. I'm not looking for just any girl, man. I'm looking for
no slouches.
Exactly, Mrs. Right. You can contact me. My Facebook is Derrick Mcmurren. That's Derrick, Derrick, Mcmurren, McMurren. And my Instagram, Playboy_butter. So that's Playboy_BUTTAH.
I'm gonna leave that in the description, so ladies, holla at him, get to know him. Do what you do. Remember, if you don't have a purpose, ladies, no slouching. You gotta be a go-getter. No matter what you do. And plus, if you cannot support him with his dreams and his goals, don't waste his time.
And I'm gonna support you too as well. It's vice versa.
Yeah. So how did me and you connect for this interview? Like, how did we? First of all, we family.
It's a fact.
They want to know, how did we connect when we first met and knew that we was family? Like, we knew each other, but when we found out we was family, it was like, wow.
Yeah. Now we connected like on a basketball court. Like through through our cousin Shaquem.
Yeah.
That's how we first met. But that's before we knew we was family. But we knew each other. I'm talking about 2008, like back in 2008 all the way to 9. That's like before, like we found out that we was actually family probably 2011, 12.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
the end of 2011 to 2012 found out.
It's a fact.
And we all, whenever you seen him, you seen me. That's that's how family roll.
That's a fact.
Even when I dipped off, went to SC, came back, it's niggas never separated.
That's a fact.
That's what family out there. Y'all cannot do shit like that and keep it 100. It's not gonna work.
It's not, man.
Loyalty over everything.
That's a fact, man.
If I got it, the bros got it.
That's a fact.
Ain't no I'm short. Nah, here, hold that.
Right. We all coming up together. You feel me? All come. I remember it was times like when I ain't have no money to get anything to eat. He held me down for a whole month straight and all of that. You feel me?
That's what big cousins and
feel me?
Older people do, man.
That's a fact, man.
Cause I wouldn't look right in front of my niggas and they yo, nah, everybody eat. Walk in the store, don't worry about the price, get it, everybody eat.
That's a fact.
Like we got memories. Like we got we got story times for y'all, but right now is getting to know Derrick Mcmurren, aka Hands of God, aka Butter, aka
Playboy Butter.
that nigga.
You know, I got a lot of names I go by. Band-Aid, but that's for another time. That's for another time.
That's another story. Was about that shit.
That's another time.
Y'all thought Nelly was bad with the Band-Aids. Story time coming up. This nigga, yo.
That's a fact.
You'll see. Another question. Yo, it was a time I heard stories about you in the high, running the hallway playing football, made a football team and everything. What made you, like, did you continue to go with football in the high, or you just went straight to basketball?
Yeah. At the end of my freshman year, going into sophomore year, I tried out for the football team, but I tried out for the varsity. You know, so like
killed it and made it.
Made it. You know, I went up to the coach. Like I think it was Coach O'Connor. I went up to Coach O'Connor, and I told him, because he wanted me to play running back because I was fast. I could curse on this. I was fast as fuck. So he wanted me to be running back, but I told him, I said, yo, coach, if you want to win the state championship, start me as quarterback. You know, he didn't listen to me, brushed it off. But I made the team. But of course, I had to pay money for the cleats and the equipment. And, you know, my mom's ain't have it, so I asked my father. My father, he didn't want to pay for it. He said, man, play basketball. It's cheaper. You don't have to pay for anything. Yeah. So because I wanted to play both sports. I wanted to be basketball and football because I love football too. So that's the reason why my football career in high school didn't work, is because, you know, my father, he didn't want to pay for me, whatever the case may be. So that's how it happened. So I just went the basketball route.
Okay, cool. Another question is music.
All right.
What was your first time falling in love with music, and who was your first, like, the fall in love part of music, and who was your favorite R&B and hip hop artist?
All right. First time falling in love with music. Oh, of course we all know Biggie, but who really made me fall in love with like music, like hip hop, growing up, I would say DMX. I would say DMX. Growing up, you know, DMX, blood of my blood, or my go down. Like what? Like I'm talking about that DMX, you know. And then, you know, grasping up to the Juvenile, because, you know, in the early '90s to the 2000s, they was bumping.
Hell yeah.
You know,
Degrees, classic album.
Yeah, they was bumping. You know, Big Thomas, Ja Rule, going up, and then growing up, my favorite R&B artist growing up was Darnell Jones. You know, Darnell Jones. And then once I realized that I had, like, I had it for the ladies. You know, of course, that's when I started to listen to LL Cool J. You know, like I started listening to him probably like what, late like 1999 to the 2000s. You know, I Need Love, Hate Love, Lounging, Around the Way Girl. Like, you feel me? But yeah, like that's my favorite R&B artist. That started with Darnell Jones.
Okay. Questions. Let me see. What can people